Hello students, welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to continue with the topic of dimension of a physical quantity. So before proceeding with this topic, let us go through what we learned in our previous video. Previous video we discussed about the dimension of a physical quantity. I told you that we have 7 fundamental quantities. These are mass, length, time, temperature, current, luminous intensity, amount of substance. So for these physical quantities, we have to make the dimension. So for making dimension, we used some symbol, and for representation of dimension, we have to use the symbol in this bracket. So for mass, we used M. For length, we used L. Uh, Similarly, we use T, K, A, C, D, mole. So these are the symbol through which we will make dimensions. So I also discuss about the definition of dimension. So it is little bit complex. So I explained in a simple way that in the formula of area we have the unit meter square, and in the formula of volume we have unit meter cube. So what we notice here that in area we have power 2 of meter, and in volume we have power 3 of meter. So these powers are basically known as their dimension. So for dimension formula we basically use these three fundamental quantity. Most of the physical quantities have only mass, length and time. So with the help of these three quantities we can easily explain all the physical quantity and all the derived quantity. So with the help of an example I explained that the formula of volume is length, breadth and height. So we all know that we measure length in meter, breadth also in meter and height is also in meter. So they all comes under the category of length. So that's why we use L for length. For breadth we also used L, and for height we also used L, because as I told in the symbols that length have symbol L, so that's why we used here L 3 times. So that will give you L cube, and this is the dimensional formula, but this is not completed because we also have to put the M and T with L, because M and T are not required in volume, so we can put there 0. So we put M0, L cube and T0. So this is the complete dimensional formula, and with the dimensional formula we can easily derive their SI unit. So here we written that we have M0, L3 and T0. So L is basically length, so we measure length in meter and it has power 3, so we will put 3 over there. We made SI unit, so the SI unit of volume is meter cube. Similarly, in area we have formula length into breadth. As we know, we measure length in meter and breadth in meter. So we used L square, because here it M into M. So L square is the dimension, and the complete dimension formula is M0, L2 and T0. And here we have only L square. So the SI unit will be meter square, because we use a meter for length. Similarly with volume, as I explained, with speed, distance by time, so we measure distance in meter, so that's why I put here L, and we measure time, so for time T is common, so we use T. Here the complete dimension formula will be M0, L1 and T minus 1. So as we know that L is measured in meter, So here we put m, and for t that we know it has -1 power, so we put that it will come that meter per second. Same with the velocity, displacement by time, so you will get the same SI unit. If we talk about acceleration, so acceleration is change in velocity and upon the total time taken. So the acceleration is L by T into T. So the dimension formula for acceleration is m0 L1 T minus 2. So it will give you meter per second square. So this is all about the previous video that we did. So in today video we will also discuss these dimension form. So that's why we revise what we did in previous video. Now we are going to continue with this topic, that is dimension of a physical quantity. So as we did in the previous video, we have to make 4 columns with physical quantity, formula, dimension formula and SI unit. So we are taking today first quantity once again, that is force. So the formula of force is mass into acceleration I am telling you about force once again with different method. So if you don't remember the dimensional formula of acceleration, we can even break acceleration. So the formula of acceleration is change in velocity upon total time taken. So the formula of force will be mass into change in velocity upon total time taken. So the dimension formula you will get is m raised to power 1, because here it is mass, change in velocity. So we know that velocity is displacement by time, and we will multiply it t also because it is total time taken in acceleration. So you will get m1 L1 t minus 2. So with the help of this you can find the SI unit, that will be kg, because we have m1, we will have m because we have L1, and per second square because we have t minus 2. So I hope now it is more clear to you. Now we are taking second physical quantity, that is impulse. So the formula of impulse is force into time. So students, please learn the formula of force because it's too important. So the formula of impulse is force into time, and we know the dimension of force, that is m1 L1 t minus 2, and we will multiply it with the t1. So the final dimensional formula will be m1 L1 t minus 1, and you will get the unit kg, because m1 L1 we will use m, and t minus 1 we will use per second. So the SI unit of impulse will be kg meter per second. Now we are taking pressure. So formula of pressure is force by area. That's why I am telling you to learn the dimension of force because it's come in almost every physical quantity. So formula of pressure is force by area. We know the dimension of force, we know the dimension of area, that is L2. So the final dimension of pressure will be M1, L minus 1 and T minus 2. So the SI unit will be, because M is 1, so it will come kg, L minus 1, so it will come per meter second square. So the formula of pressure is kg per meter second square. Now we are taking next unit, that is power. So power is work by time. So as we know that work is also force into distance, so that dimension of work will be, so the dimension of work will be M1 L1 T minus 2 multiply distance, that will be L1, and the time it will be T1. So the final dimensional formula of power will be M1 L2 and T minus 1. So the final so the SI unit of power will be kg, because M has power 1, L2, so we will use M square, and T minus 1, so we will use per second. So the SI unit of power is kg meters square per second. So that we also call watt. So the SI unit of power is watt, or you can write kg meter square per second. Similarly, for a pressure, you can write Newton per meter square. Similarly, for impulse, you can write Newton per second, and for force you can write Newton. Now let's take one more example, that is strain. So this one is interesting one. So the formula of strain is change in dimension upon original dimension. So we know change in dimension, that means length, and original dimension, that means also length. So they both are cancel out each other. So strain don't have any dimension formula, and even it's don't have any SI unit. So strain have no units. Now I am taking energy or kinetic energy or potential energy. So we know energy is basically work, and we know work is force into distance, and we even derive the work dimension, that is m1 L2 T minus 2. So it will give you a unit that will be kg meter square per second square, or you can write it as joule. So the SI unit of energy is joule. Even if you talk about simple energy, if you talk about kinetic energy, if you talk about potential energy, any kind of energy have the SI unit is joule. So this is all about the uh, dimension of a physical quantity. Thank you.